Hello, snacks, and welcome to my web. I'm your Spidere girl, cutie Pepper Pebbles, and today we are going to be working on more of the visual novel, which is, funny enough, the last thing I did on a stream about a week ago exactly, actually. Um, I've been kind of weirdly, on and off sick this week. It's been really weird. Pretty sure it's just, very intense period, to be honest. It's just hitting me hard. Got a lot of weird mood swings and hefty emotions and foggy brain stuff going on. But I think and hope I'm starting to get clear of it. Uh, Either way, I'm feeling more up to things today, and I was like, I'll do some stuff. I'll do it. I didn't put out a schedule this week because I wanted to, I didn't want there to be any situation where I'd be like, oh, I really don't think I can stream well today, but also it's in the schedule, so I either force myself or end up canceling it, and I don't like doing either of those things. So I left the schedule out and just kind of decided I'll stream if I feel like I am able. And so here I am feeling like I am able. And we're gonna do a little bit of stream. How is everybody doing today? Nice to eat you, everybody. Yum yum, so tasty. Hello, J Hill. Hello, Nonbean. Hello, Fire Spitter. Hello, Stowaway. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Squidward. Welcome, Squidward. Okay, let me put stuff over to the side and we can get to work. We can get to work back on our stuff. How has the past week been for everybody? Did you all enjoy Jody's Half-Life 2 streams? Noctis, hi Pepper, I hope you get better soon. Thank you, thank you. It's been just weird. I think it's just been I don't know. It's been period, and also the heat has been pretty bad lately. I had more electrolysis yesterday, and holy fucking shit, it hurts so much.
Pepper, a thing I forgot to say about electrolysis
Uh
is that I
huh.
feel like it was always worse when I was on my period.
Oh,
I
that
totally
makes
forgot
sense.
about that until just now.
Yeah, it was. I had that yesterday. It was horrid. I was literally bawling afterwards. It hurt so fucking bad. It's, to be honest, and I don't think this is normal for people, so I don't want this to scare anyone away from getting electrolysis themselves. I think this is not the normal, but yesterday for me doing that may have been some of the worst pain I ever experienced. Like genuinely. Not an exaggeration. It might have been some of the worst pain I've ever experienced. I almost fainted. I almost blacked out from it. It was ridiculous because I didn't have any of the numbing cream. So they were just putting needle inside my skin and then electrifying the fucking needle and making it super hot. So I was having stinging needles poked into my skin over and over again. And part of it also was the fact that the same spot kept getting done over and over again, which was not great. And so it felt like it lasted a while afterwards, even when I was done and left. Usually when I do electrolysis and I'm done and I leave, it's like I don't feel it at all anymore. But for the rest of the day yesterday, I was still feeling the pain. So I think it was funky. Ugh. So I've been also recovering from that. I was planning to try to stream yesterday. I was feeling good in the morning, and then that happened, and I was like, it was not great. Jody was really sweet though and bought me some cookies. There was a cookie place that we got some cookies at,
We
and
still have most of them. I can bring them in if you want.
I'm good for now, but later probably. So I ended up just having cookies. We watched some anime, which I haven't watched new anime that much. I very rarely watch new anime anymore. I usually just rewatch old anime I've already seen. But we watched an anime called In Love with the Villainess, and it was surprisingly good. That's what we did yesterday. I was just playing video games. Jody was playing video games, and while we were playing video games, we had that on in the background, and it was surprisingly good for a slice of life romance.
Can I share my thoughts on I'm in love with the villainess real quick?
Yeah.
So, I am not like I haven't seen every isekai out there, but I've seen enough that I didn't have high hopes for this. I didn't have high expectations. And it's so weird because it felt really self-aware about it because the first few episodes are really aggressively mid and generic isekai, and then all of a sudden it stops being that, and the fact that it was that kind of makes it stronger. It's so interesting.
Yeah. It was really neat. Like, it actually talked about queerness. They used the word gay in an anime. I just think we're reaching new heights here
Yeah.
today. And stuff was talked about in
And like a
like,
fairly mainstream anime too.
yeah, and it talked about like, to a degree, it talked about like structural violence, but it was very 101 stuff, very surface level. But like the fact that it was there at all in a mainstream anime was really cool.
And like it's really interesting because like so the premise is that like this lonely lesbian gets like isekai'd um into like a visual novel that she's obsessed with. But the interesting thing about that is it is a het visual novel. The people that you're supposed to get with at the roots for who you're supposed to get with are like three different men, and she falls in love with like the evil haughty lady who's supposed to be the one who gets in the way of you doing that, and makes the point multiple times throughout the thing that it's like, yeah, I know she's not who I'm supposed to be going after, but I'm queer and there's not really a lot of options for me, so I kind of just gravitated to her. And that's really interesting and also extremely real.
Yeah. And also, there's like, it's an anime that's only one season, and it actually, as far as I know, it's only one season.
It is
And
only one season.
and it actually like has plot progression, because a lot of like anime that are just one season and then nothing else is released, it's just very cliffhangery and doesn't actually get anywhere. It's just you watch it for the fluff and all that. But this one actually had plot progression within that season, and I thought that was neat.
Like I think the best way
And it's
I
about
can,
lesbians.
yeah, like I recommend it. I don't recommend it like super highly. Like this isn't like fuck. What's my high water mark? This isn't Madoka Magica. You know, it's not like absolutely incredible life changing, but it's really good.
Yeah,
And
it's pleasant.
I think the strongest compliment I can give it is that we were watching it while we were gaming, and the last few episodes grabbed me enough that I basically stopped gaming to give it my full attention.
Yeah. And I was watching it while I was healing from my facial zappings. So it was good. It was good for all that.
All right. Anyway, that's thoughts about I'm in love with the villainess over.
Okay,
Bye bye.
get back under my desk, Jody.
Okay, I'll service you.
Thank you. Good, good. Okay, so what's happening in chat? JL says, I've been fine, ate something too hot and now my chest hurts, but otherwise fine. I mean, temperature hot, I don't know if you can burn your insides. I mean, you can. It is possible. Uh Nox says, yeah, laser is bad enough. I am not doing zappy needle. Yeah, it's tough.
Also, I will say, having done both laser and electrolysis, laser is a lot worse in the moment, but electrolysis just keeps going. Like for me, electrolysis was worse in the anticipation of it because it's like over a half hour, whereas laser, intensely painful, worst pain I've ever felt, but it's also over quickly. You know, like so it's a different sort of thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have like, apparently we're unusual in both of these things because like there are a lot of people who are like, yeah, I've done laser or I've done electrolysis and like it was a little painful, but it wasn't that bad. And for me, they were both intensely painful. But that's not typical, apparently.
It's weird. Like I searched it up a bunch, and most people are just like, it's like a normal amount of pain. It's just kind of like you wince sometimes, but it's you can deal with it. But for both of us, it's like this is the worst pain ever, and I don't know why. It's weird. Okay, get back under the desk.
Okay.
Hi Bob the God Gaming, and hello Vamp. Thank you for stopping by. Hello. Have you felt any kind of pain? Yes, I have felt many a pain, and this one was one of the worst. Nox says, that sounds awesome. I have to start after the stream. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good lesbian anime. I definitely recommend it. Do you have a favorite anime? Monogatari. That whole franchise. Like Bakemonogatari, Kizumonogatari, that whole series of anime. How are you? I'm pretty good. Like I was just talking about, it's been a rough week in terms of feeling sick, being on period, and then also having that whole thing happen. My face getting zapped. So it's been a lot. It's been hard to get myself able to stream. I want people to know I'm still doing like overall good. It's just that like, you know, even when you are doing overall good, you're still gonna have some rough times, you know? But like, yeah. I say this specifically because I've noticed some of you say like, I'm so glad you're doing a lot happier now. I can notice it. I can see it in you. And it's true, and it's still true. It's just also sometimes it'll be slightly less true because of just everyday life. And I am glad now that I think this week is getting to its end. Oh, goodness. Today is Saturday, right? Then tomorrow is Sunday, right? Yes, that is true. That is true and accurate. Yes, true and accurate. True and accurate. Yes. Okay. So, here we are with where we were doing things before. Last time was kind of funky because I think it was the beginning of the whole week of me feeling weird and kind of sick and extra period. And yeah. I don't know if you remember last time I was just like that. I was very, very just very slow moving that day, and I think this time it's not gonna be like that. Let me put on some music for us to listen to. We can do the classic that we've been doing with our visual novel stuff. Oh. Oh, it's loud! You better fucking chill. This is gonna be loud, chill music. You better chill so hard! Vamp says, Ranny, I like your unique outfit. You can't even see Ranny right now. Ranny's not even here. Jody's stream was the other day. Do you mean Jody Ranny's, like, robot outfit? Or do you mean my outfit and you just mistook me for Ranny? I'm Pepper. I'm not Ranny. I'm Pepper. I like your outfit. It looks pretty nice. I respect that. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad. I have a ton of different outfits I like to wear. So yeah, here we go with the, like, cafe music. The chill jazz that I like. My bad. No worries. No worries. Okay, so, last two times we started off with doing, like, a card. But this time I don't want to. I kind of just want to get right into the writing. I also had a different idea that either we're going to do this stream or maybe next stream or soon enough in general where we're going to work on the school uniforms. We're going to work on the school uniforms, which I think could be fun for like what the characters wear while in school. So let's see here. Honeypot brainstorming 1, and then we got brainstorming 2, and then brainstorming 3. And which thing here was the one we didn't need? Was it this one? No, we can keep that one. And then was it this one? Yeah, I think I might even get rid of this one just so I don't see it anymore. Okay, because that one was the one where we did too much. Legend can go over at the end. Okay, let's make things a little bit easier to look at. There we go. So brainstorm thickening times 3. Or times 2, even though it is, like, number 3. Okay. So, last time we were talking about... I was very out of it, like I talked about. So, like, I was kind of lost in where to go. I think this time we can actually, like, talk about it a little bit more. We have people actually watching. And I think we'll be able to make some actual decent progress here. Vamp says, and I love jazz music, too. I love school uniforms, especially the ones from the anime shows I like. Hell yeah. Nox says, unique style, great ventilation. What more could someone ask for in an outfit? Hell yeah. I am nicely ventilated in the hot summer heat. Okay. I could also show the outfit that I've been looking at lately for the school uniform. We're not going to, like, work on it right now, but we can look at it. So I got this outfit online, and I'm going to probably change its colorations. Like, this isn't an outfit I designed myself. This is one I found online. But this is the outfit that I'm thinking of going with. I'm probably going to change the colors to not be bright orange. This one I think could be good on the characters for when we're at school. It's kind of like military-esque and pretty anime. And I don't know, I think it's kind of fitting. And we might also just look at other outfits that we could try and take a look at. If we find any that are better than that one. But we'll see if we actually do that today. So first off, I want to go back to where we left off and catch up on some of the stuff we have to read. Or catch up on some of the last stuff we wrote. so we can get back into kind of where we are. So there's the whole lunch bit. Then we have... Let's catch up from here. So, part 7. Protag leaves school for the day, narrating their feelings of somewhat of a disbelief and somewhat of a disappointment and somewhat of an excitement. Disbelief due to transport, weird girls, and having chosen to actually try to blend in here at school. Disappointment that things seem to be going sort of the same as before, in that they are feeling like they don't exist to people, except for the 3 girls, for better or worse. Realizing the 3 girls kind of have noticed them, for better or worse, makes Protag kind of excited as they remember whatever plans they have coming up due to whichever choice they made, i.e. study with Surmay plans, date with Lux plans, or meeting with Vera plans. As Protag walks out of the building, a teacher outside stops them. The teacher is the one from earlier, or the history one from earlier, Officer Doom. He gives the opportunity, in quotes, to change Protag's homework, since he apparently didn't even realize Protag was a new student until later, after class, when it hit him. The new assignment is to write a self-introduction essay about... Self-introduction, whatever. Essay about why the Protag moved to Dead Post and what they love about it and its place in the Empire. Officer Doom expects this to be read out loud in front of class because he sucks. Protag wants to complain, but doesn't. Protag needs a break. After walking off school grounds, Protag gets a first real view of environment and area. Could be a full CG. And I am wondering, in this regard, we could go a couple different routes. I could try to draw something. Though my only problem is I'm really slow at drawing. So like that part is kind of intimidating to me. Or I could get some, like I could go the Katawa Shoujo route and get some real life pictures of places and just kind of Photoshop it. Kind of like I do with, like for example, Manao's background. The background of his room. Like we could do stuff like that. Or maybe if I am further along in learning Unreal Engine, which I want to get back to, then maybe something with that. I've also thought about doing more of the stuff I like to, like, my learning and project stuff, because we have this series, which is just Project Pepper, where it's me learning, or not learning, it's me working on stuff I like to work on. And I was thinking about doing, like, a separate one that's similar, where it's, like, learning stuff I like to learn, but I do it on stream. Like, what if I learn Unreal Engine on stream? That could be kind of neat. Although I think if I do that, it might even be on a separate channel. You know, the Spidere channel. I'm thinking of even doing it on there and then having it so it's like kind of not like private or anything, but kind of I'm not gonna like super I'm not gonna super, how do I put it, promote it. I'm not gonna super promote it, and it'll be kind of more just for the Discord audience, and it'll yeah. It'll be maybe like a little bit more unscheduled or just kind of when I feel like it. I think that could be an idea. Okay, in any case, notices many students heading into a cafe called Bits and Bites, decides to rest there and grab a bit of food with the money they got from Vera and the phone situation. The front of the building offers archive viewing. Inside there are strange terminals that are apparently showing said archives. They seem to be of many different things, from various plays being performed to new stuff to what looks in the back to be a lewd corner of sorts. Protag notices one of the terminals has Pepperani streams. Protag realizes it's Lux from school. On the screen, she is being lewd. Protag pretends not to watch, but keeps an eye on the video and grabs a bit of food from person at counter, who is found out to be named Cassius. From like bartender. I'll do like bartender at counter. After sitting down at a table alone, too tired to talk to anyone this time, Protag hears a familiar thing from one of the archives. Earth is mentioned by Lux on one of the terminal archives. I'm gonna do like Earth or something specific from Earth. From / of Earth. Protag gets interested and rushes over to watch, sees Lux is playing a game they recognize, one from Earth. Protag starts asking people around about what this is or what's going on. Everyone gives different answers, ranging from it being an ARG to some weird animation series to interdimensional cable. I'm going to add another note here. It has to be translated into fantasy speak, since cable doesn't exist, etc. Protag asks if anyone knows where Lux is or lives. No one does. Cassius is out of earshot because he does know. Protag watches the archive as Lux calls herself Pepper and does a strip for a redeem. Protag asks someone, how do I do that? Person says, oh, the strip? I don't know, but I wish I did. Protag says, no, not that, the redeem. Person shrugs. Stream ends and Protag is frustrated. This could lead to, an idea is this could lead to the protagonist wanting to get the phone back, even more so. Asks Cassius how to get another one to play. Cassius explains and says this one is on the house for free in a cryptic manner. Protag watches for a while and realizes they are being hit by jet lag. Remembers that the late night turned into early morning when they transported. They are exhausted. Protag falls asleep and wakens a few hours later, the sun setting. Woken up by Cassius, the place is more died down now, and Cassius implies he knows a place that has information. Cassius tells of a location and how to get there. Protag leaves the building and heads off in that direction. So I have an idea here. The idea is like, Vera has said she would get the phone back to the protagonist, right? That is a promise we had. The whole idea of like, how do I do the redeems at this point isn't going to matter because like in 8, protagonist is now going to be offered, well, not 8, in 9, protagonist is going to be offered like a place to stay by the Pebbles. I wonder if there's a way we can incorporate first getting the phone back and being able to redeem something and speak more to them about it rather than getting kind of like immediately living with them and all that stuff, you know? Maybe extend the mystery a little bit longer. What do we think about that, Snacks? What do we think about that? What do we think about that? I'm wondering how we can go about that. So, like, the obvious answer is just Vera fulfills the thing. Oh, I have an idea. Okay. So, let me go down here a little bit. Oh. So, we have the different things about, like, Surmay is, like, we had it written up here, too. Study with Surmay, date with Lux, or meeting with Vera. So we can have the meeting with Vera happen here, and in it being that, like, maybe Cassius, instead of saying, like, hey, here's a location to go to, instead says, I have someone who wants to talk to you. And then it's Vera who has the phone and returns it to protagonist. But I think we also had different ideas about the phone. Let me check. Oh. Oh, no, we had this whole idea. Okay, right. We had the idea of, like... Yeah, okay. About they're using this idea to get into the labs. But then the whole redeem thing doesn't really matter much. And I'm wondering if there's a way to make it matter much. I guess we can have it come back in, like, a lewd sense later. With the strip, maybe we could have... Yeah, okay, you know, I think that could work. Instead of it us doing a whole thing here of, like, okay, the protagonist gets the phone back, we'll have it just come back later when we do get the phone. Like, maybe they're in the lab underneath the...
Make sure you bring more maca next time.
Cena Burb J Hill. Maybe they're in the lab underneath the school, and they find the phone, and protagonist is like, oh, we found it. And then, and then in that moment, while, like, protagonist and one of the Pebbles is in the lab, redeems strip or something, and the Pebble that's with them just turns going like, seriously? I think that could be kind of funny. Maybe I'll add that to the notes down here. Once found, Protag immediately uses strip redeem on one of the Pebbles. Okay. Okay, so we'll just leave this as is then. So woken up by Cassius, the place is more died down now. Cassius implies he knows a place that has information. Cassius tells of a location and how to get there. Protag leaves the building and heads off in that direction. Protag leaves the cafe and finds himself... Yeah, so this is the... So part 8. Protag walks for a few minutes, thinking about how having seen... I might do like a strike through on these. How do I do that on here? Eh?
A thing that a lot of people also recommend in general is anytime you're going to take something out, put it in a separate document so you can always get it back later if you need to.
Yeah.
Although
I'm not
strike
taking
through
something
also-
out right now.
Oh, I see.
I'm just striking this through because I keep accidentally reading it when I don't need to.
Oh, I see.
And I don't know how to do it. Format. Strike through. There we go. Because it'll just help me so I remember I don't have to read these, since these are just kind of like taken from the previous document. I'm going to do that to all these bits. Strike through. Strike through. So Snacks, how are you all doing today? How has your day and week been, since it's been a bit anyways? Oh, these ones are much shorter. 1 through like 3 are much shorter than the very elongated ones I have later. Oh, strike through. Okay. Oh, yeah, we read this one. Okay, so here we go. Protag walks for a few minutes, thinking about having seen Sir May's cleavage thighs, and having been sat on by Vera. Protag jokes aloud to themselves about how it's only a matter of time before they catch looks.
Hey, loser!
Zach! Hi, Zach. You want a compliment? Fuck you. There it is. As usual. It's been good so far, says Nox. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Okay. So, thinking about having seen Sir May's cleavage and thighs, and having been sat on by Vera, Protag jokes aloud to themselves about how it's only a matter of time before they catch Lux mattress bathing. Mattress bathing. That's funny. Protag is suddenly embarrassed about having said that out loud. Suddenly, Lux walks up next to them. Protag freaks out. Lux smugly asks if Protag was thinking lewd thoughts about her. Protag hastily says no. Lux jokes, asking Protag if she's not sexy enough to be thought of in a lewd way. Protag realizes Lux did not hear what they said, luckily. Protag assures Lux nervously. Lux asks about where Protag is going, and Protag explains what Casey has said. Lux says she knows exactly where that is and offers to show Protag the way. Lux takes Protag to Pebble House, says she'll be right back. Protag stands by door. Sir May opens door to see Protag. I said she'll be right back, and walks away from house. I want to clarify that. Protag stands by door. Sir May opens door to see Protag. She asks Protag why they are here since they hadn't yet agreed on a study date or time. Protag is confused and looks around for Lux, who is nowhere to be seen. Sir May asks how Protag knew where she lived. Protag stumbles, saying embarrassed things along the lines of, well, I wasn't following you or anything. Sir May looks confused. From inside, Lux walks up next to Sir May and says, is this loser bothering you, Queen? Protag stumbles even more, trying to question how Lux got inside. You know what Lux used? Lux used that little waterfall. Yeah, Lux used the fucking waterfall. Lux is dripping wet. Because that's the thing. If you remember the Pebbles house, like outside of it, there's like that little, like in the world, there's that little waterfall bit you can use to get down and underneath in the basement, into the basement. Protag stumbles even more, trying to question how Lux got inside and why she is drenched. Sir May states that they live together. Protag starts wondering if they're lovers, maybe an imaginary scene plays with them being cute or lewd together. Questions that, if they are, then why did Lux ask them out on a date in the first place? not remembering polyamory exists. Maybe they then do remember polyamory and start imagining the 3 of them doing cute or lewd things together. Together. Protect claims that maybe Lux was following them, asking why Lux was out so late in the first place. Lux reminds / tells Protag of the sport she does. This one being reminds if we did the Lux route and tells if it was not the Lux route. Protag tries to explain what really happened. Surmay questions Lux, knowing her mischievousness. Mischievousness. Lux admits the truth, but says this is what you get for thinking of me mattress bathing. With a smirk. Surmay goes pure red in the face, saying what? And gasping. Lux laughs and tells Protag to come in, adding that if Protag really wants to see that, then they should go on that / a date first. She says this while pressing her body onto Protag, Protag being able to feel her large chest against their body. Protag questions, Lux pushes, and says she'll get that date to happen soon. Soon enough. What is happening in chat? Nox says, I have been 24 for 37 minutes now. Holy shit! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Nonix.
Happy birthday, Nonix.
Happy birthday, Nonix! Yay! You know, Jody was just talking about missing you recently. Just like yesterday, we were going like, Jody was like, I miss Nonix. It feels like it's been a bit. And I was like, yeah, Nonix is great. We miss Nonix. Even though I think you've been here for my visual novel streams. But yeah, so happy birthday. Zach says, how have you been? Long time no see. Well, I was kind of explaining earlier that this week has been just really rough. In that I was sick, I was on my period, and I was also experiencing some of the worst pain I've ever experienced because I got a bunch of needles stuck into my face over and over again and then electrified because medical.
Pepper was getting a face tattoo.
I was not getting a face tattoo. Don't lie. This thing doesn't count as surgery. What does it count as?
It's just a medical procedure.
Yeah, I was getting medical procedures that were really, really painful. Puddle says hi, and hi. I say hi to Puddle. Puddle says, the recent news of the tube has me concerned. Which news?
What?
Which news of the tube? Do you mean YouTube? What's the news?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Do you mean the whole, like, like, YouTube's gonna automatically check itself if you're, like, an adult or not? That whole thing? Nox, this whole scene is comedy gold. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then Puddle says, Hubd. I don't know what HBD means. Jody?
Birthday.
I mean, why would you... HBD is happy birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. Nox says, I missed you too. I was away for a week-long family trip. There you go, Jody.
Well, I'm glad to hear from you.
Yeah. Jody says, I'm glad to hear from you. Zach says, face tattoo, let's go. No. I don't want
Pepper,
one.
you have to now.
I don't want one.
You have to.
But also the age verification. Yeah, it's kind of messed up. I'm not liking that stuff. It's not great. This is the thing that I was kind of talking about before, about, like... So we talked about the whole, like, stop killing games stuff. Like, this one is a different thing, and it does feel a little bit more important to me. Like, the other thing is important. This one is also important, but, like, I think, like, the ways people have been going about, as far as I've seen at least, this whole, like, thing with, like, the, card companies and all that, and how they're not liking, any lewd anything.
And they're also defining queerness as lewd.
Yeah. Like, the way people have been... Like, that feels more important to me. And also, the way people have actually been fighting it has felt more targeted. And I think that one's been kind of more of a worthwhile thing, since we talked about that a while ago. Puddle says, it's like the prudes decided to come out of the woodwork. Remember we talked about that just, like, a couple weeks ago? We talked about the whole thing, about, like, people being anti, like, porn, and then suddenly this happens again. It's so weird, like, anti-kink. Like, it's just really weird to me. Because, like, it feels like there's just sudden waves of, like, anti-kink, anti-porn stuff that just is just suddenly really there, and then it dissipates for a while, and then suddenly it's just really there again. It's still there all the time, but, like, these sudden waves of it. Especially when people are like being anti-kink or anti-porn and try to dress it up as like progressiveness. It's weird. It's really weird. Nox says, thank you for all the wishes, Pepperani and Puddle. Yeah. Okay, so 9. Here we go. This is where we kind of left off last time. Was this stuff underlined before? It was, but I don't think it needs to be. I'm gonna underline it. Underline. Underline. I'm having a Pepper moment. I should be my other avatar for this. I'm having a Pepper moment. This is very un-Vera-like behavior. Hang on. I gotta fix this. I'm gonna go with my Lux strip form. There you go. I'm having a big Pepper moment right now because I'm like, underline. So, underline. Means like undoing, like making it like the opposite. So is underline the opposite of derline? What is something if it's derlined? Above lined? Underlined. I'm uns your derline.
This reminds me of a bit from Young Justice where Robin is like, everyone's always overwhelmed or underwhelmed. Why is no one ever just whelmed? And that becomes like a running bit.
That's funny. That's the bit I'm experiencing right now. Purely because I said like underlines your thing. So would I just be like derlining your thing? I'm derlining my own text. Highlight, but no, it's not highlight because highlighting is like
a different thing. That's
a different thing. I'm removing the underline of something, which means I'm derlining it. I'm underlining. I'm just derlining, because like that's too negative, so I'm just derlining it. I am making so much sense. I'm figuring out how English works by making stuff up. Puddle says, I made you cancel my membership on this platform. It seems appropriate. You mean like on YouTube? What membership? Oh, do you have like YouTube Premium or something? Yeah, I haven't had YouTube Premium for years. Not because like of like boycott or anything, just because it was really expensive. Nox, I missed the whole Tumblr meltdown, not speaking English yet, but it sounded really bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It still is pretty bad. Like, I know it's still a thing on Tumblr where, like, a trans woman can post a regular selfie, not lewd at all, not NSFW at all, and it can be counted as NSFW because it's a trans person.
And yet, despite
Trans
that,
woman.
Tumblr is still, like, the social media platform that feels the least hostile to me as a trans woman. Take that as you will.
Yeah. It's sad.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's read this part. Protag comes inside the house. I'm gonna fuck that house.
Wait, I'm sorry. Non-X might be referring to the porn ban on Tumblr, like, in 2018.
I think so, but then I added on to it with what I was talking about.
Because, yeah, like, Tumblr was taken to court in New York State and found that that porn ban was disproportionately targeting queer people, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously. No, it's okay. I'm okay with you talking on this stream. There are some streams where I like it when like it's more I get to be solo, but this one I'm fine with Jody hopping on over. Okay. Protag comes inside the house. Story cuts to dinner time. Lux, Surmay, and Protag sit at a table. There is no food on the table. Vera walks in, saying that the horny one ate all their dinner in one bite. Protag sees Vera and asks what she's doing here and where their phone is. Yeah, Protag sees Vera and questions. I'm gonna do questions. What she's doing here and where their phone is. Vera tells Protag to shush, placing her finger on Protag's lips, asking Protag about the essay they've been assigned. Protag asks how she knows, and she holds up an assignment sheet showing she was also made to do an essay. She says she knows how awful Officer Doom can be. Okay. Puddle says, God forbid you appear androgynous, otherwise you'd be flagged at every moment your face is on. That's what happens with all, like, basically any trans woman. It's sad. It's frustrating. So, okay. I had some ideas here I was thinking about last time. I was thinking, so the horny one is obviously that extra one with the blindfold, who we still have yet to name, even though I have a couple of those ideas. Did I write those ideas on here? Yeah, I did. Writhing Embrace, Lullaby Plague, Shrouded Veil. I think those are the names we came up with. Which one should we choose? I still don't know. Maybe I'll do a poll. This poll isn't final, by the way, but I'm gonna do a poll. It's not gonna be final because it's my own name, but I am gonna do a poll. Which name for porn self? Writhing Embrace, Lullaby Plague, Shrouded Veil, Other. Because I want it to be like a horny and creepy sounding name. Okay. We have a new poll up and out, up and about.
Up and in?
Up and in.
Ah.
Okay, I'm coming, Jody. I'm coming to get you. Okay. Let's see here. So the ideas I had here is this is where I feel kind of stuck. Maybe because I don't have like brainstorm thickening times 1. Times 1. Maybe because I don't have a brainstorm thickening times 1 here. So I could just try to add more brainstorm thickening times 1. Ends up at Pebble's place, and then it needs to be... What was it, given a home by them? So we have to have a home given to them. Puddle says, I'm going to join the Discord and head out. Forgive me if I don't interact or talk much. I had a bad experience with making an active effort to, you know, make friends. I'm sorry. I hope things get better. Nonix says, Other, Blinding Web. That's good. If we include the word web, I like that. Writhing Web, maybe? Because I want it to be freaky, creepy, sexy. But, like, sexy in the gross way.
You know what that makes me think of?
What?
In Dark Souls 2, there's an area that's, like, overrun with giant spiders, and it's called the Writhing Ruins.
Writhing Ruins. That's good. Binding, not blinding? Oh, Binding Web. I'll add that to the list. That's down here. Binding Web. Binding Web. So would I just be called, like, for short, would someone just call me Web or Binding? Yeah, okay. Okay. Writhing Embrace sounds appropriate. It does. I think that one sounds like horny, creepy, or horny freaky. BW. People call me BW? I don't know if that rolls off the tongue so well. BW. B-dubs.
Beat up, yeah.
I'm gonna beat you up. Beat up ya. Binding Web. Okay. Okay, so the other idea I had here is, do we include Vor here? Because we don't have dinner. Do we have a moment of, like, what do the Pebbles eat? Do they have something else they grab and eat? How do we go about that? Or should we just kind of go back here and shrink things a little bit before expanding into this part? We're at a little bit of a writing stuck part. Writer's block, that. but like only minorly. I'm just kind of like stuck about like how to go about this part. We could skip dinner. Dinner could be later, or just not included as part of the story here. It could be just that it's like that night. Like what story bit do we want to have progressed here? So we have characterization, romance, sexy thing, plot moving towards getting back home, not wanting to. So our protagonist is at a point where they are curious about like these three girls, and kind of curious about these three girls and still disappointed as in about having feeling that things are kind of going the same at this school as they did at school on Earth. Like having a fear of that, but also noticing that these girls are the only ones that kind of make things feel a little different. And I think they are latching on to that. Okay, I have some ideas here. I feel like I said a lot during this series. Sir May tries to speak up about what they'll do for dinner. Worried about scaring Protag. Protag is confused by this. Let's do. She is worried about scaring Protag. Protag is confused by this, and why they'd be worried. Okay. Okay, let's see. So where is... Yeah, okay, so all three of them are here. Or, yeah, all three pebbles are here. Lux starts... yeah, Lux starts giggling. Vera's tail comes out again, and she sharply brings it close to Protag's face. It seems to drip with a green venom at the tip this time. Vera reminds Protag, or does Protag even know? Protag doesn't know that they're part spider, they just know that it's a tail. Okay, so Vera asks Protag if they know why she has a tail. Does protagonist at this point know that all three of them have tails, or just Vera? I know Protag might know that Lux has a tail if they went down that route. We have 19 pages here of just like notes. Okay, let's see. And Ceremony 2, date summons Lux. Lux accidentally forgets to return phone to Protag. That's a bunch. Over and stepped on. Met Ceremony at lunch. Met Lux at lunch. Study session with Ceremony. Word phone. Protag may not have noticed. Phone broken, taken by Ceremony to get fixed by someone. Someone being Vera. Unknown to Protag until confrontation. Met Vera at lunch. Met Lux at lunch. Oh. Let's go back to where the tail thing happens. Marcus tries to push past Vera to get to the person who now has their phone. Vera's tail and butt comes out and she whoops Protag across the cheek, knocking them into cafeteria chair. Vera puts her hand on Protag's shoulder and climbs onto them, placing her exposed butt and tail on Protag's waist. She, before dropping the money on the lap, says Protag needs money for food, right? Okay. So, if Protag did not make the Lux choice, then they only know that Vera has a tail. Doesn't know about the other two. Okay. Okay. She explain. I guess this can happen either way. Like whether we did the Lux route or not. She explains that the three of them are Spidere. Are Spideres. Explaining the species. She then asks Protag if they know how spiders eat. Okay. So this will be like a hint towards the vor. It's not. I don't think anything will happen here. And even if something did happen here, I didn't think it'd be with the protagonist. I think it would be with like just the expression of vor happening with something else. But I don't think it'll happen with Protag here. Stretchy, 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 stretchy. Okay. Nox says, it's your call, but yes, we do include that. You mean we include vor in general. Okay, so she then asks Protag if they know how spiders eat. Hinting at what her tail could be about to do. But before she does, she retracts it and steps back. Okay. I'm gonna add some stuff here. So I'm gonna add when Lux shows up here, she is wearing sports outfit. And then later on when we see Cerme at the door, she is wearing casual outfit. And then when Vera shows up down here, she is wearing casual outfit as well. Maybe the leather jacket. Leather jacket outfit. Okay. Just wanted to like clarify those things. Okay. Wait, Snacks, I have a random thing. Did you see the new video I uploaded, by the way, the other day? With Vera? Did anyone see it? I'm curious. If not, I'm going to show it on stream. If everyone's seen it, then I won't. But if one person even hasn't seen it, I'm going to show it on stream. JL says, I loved it. You saw the video? You liked it? Yay. Nah, so do you see the video? It was really funny. Hell fucking yeah. JL says, I really did. But it's Vera energy. It's Vera energy. Which is maybe another reason why I don't show up as Vera much on streams, because, like, I have the Vera avatar a lot, but I'm not actually that often Vera on streams, because then I'll get aggressive. Or I could get aggressive. I want to be more insulting like that, because it's fun, but also I don't want to actually hurt people's feelings. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You get me? Get me, got me good? Okay, so before she does, she retracts it and steps back. Okay. Oh. Vera then insults Protag and says she'll go find them new food. Surmay offers to eat something. Well, here. So Protag says she'll go find them new food, suggesting Protag be on their own. Surmay offers to eat something more normal with Protag, if that'll make things easier. Okay. Lux says she would like to go hunting with Vera, but that she has a stream to do. Protag is concerned about the hunting part and curious about the streaming part. Streaming. I'm still having to get used to this keyboard. It says I have 5 people watching. Snacks, hello. Hello, 5 people. Who else is here besides Non-X and J Hill? I'm asking this mainly because I want to see if anyone else is here that hasn't seen that video, so I can show it off again anyways. J-Hill says, hello, Bapper. Hello, J-Hill. J-Hill. Hello, Jill. Let's see. Where did I get this? Protag starts explaining the situation of having nowhere to stay and most offers them are home while making light fun. Got this from here. Oh. Yeah, we're making light fun. But then where did I'm confused. The part I'm confused about is where did I get this part? When school day is over, they realize they have nowhere to go. Home 2 ends up at Pebble's place. Because I would think that would be in here, but it's not. Is there a different brainstorming one that I'm missing? No, I don't think so. Weird. Did I just like write it as numbers in this one and then like expand upon it? Or did I like... Because like what I'm doing here is, see, like number 9 I got from this previous document, and then I expanded upon it in this document. when I was originally working on this one, did I just write the like numbers in this one and then expand upon them, or did I get the numbers from a different document as well? I must have just done it in this document. So I'm still here, but I am a little ill, so I have the stream on while I drift in between sleep and awakeness. That makes sense. I hope you feel better, Stowaway. I hope you feel better. Did you see the new video? I want to show Vera off to people. Okay. So I guess we can go in here and kind of add these numbers. So it would be 4. Yeah, 4, and we could just kind of continue from where we left off here. Curious about the streaming part. Okay. Zerme giggles and offers to and asks Protag to follow her. Okay. So Zerme and so this is gonna be more simplified before we actually expand upon it more and all that stuff. Zerme and Protag, go get food. 5. Okay. Zerme and Protag, go get food, and then like later on that'll be expanded into like a bunch of this stuff, and then those individual things will be expanded into these things. Zerme and Protag, go get food. Romantic scene, or let's do a cute scene. Cute scene where Protag is curious about what the eating process looks like, but Zerme is too nervous to show, which is something that can be built up to later and when it is shown. After dinner, they go back home and, or maybe at dinner. At dinner, Protag asks about Lux's streaming. I want to see some of the stuff down here as well, some of the ideas we had. Okay. Okay. Is interrupted by Zerme remembering essay Protag has to do. Protag spirals a bit, feeling like they aren't good enough to get it done. And Zerme comforts. Kind of like do it like this, but is interrupted by some remembering essay Protag has to do. Okay. Okay. Back at home, they... How about... Sir May offers home after talk about Protag having nowhere to go and realization that their home is the place Cassius suggested anyways. Back at home, they come across a topless, oh my god, Lux. Walking around. Okay. Who explains to them that the assignment is kinda shitty anyways, and that it isn't Protag's fault. It is the teachers and the school, the system of the school. Okay. Protag decides to write something more confrontational and conflicting for the essay. Yeah. Okay, and these are all things we'll expand upon as we go here. Stretch. Okay. Okay. I think we can start expanding on these. Okay. Serving product, go to get food. Go to get food. Were we only on 4? We are on 9. What am I talking about? What is this here? I guess because that was these bits. Okay, so yeah, we're not going from this into this one. We're expanding these ones here. Alright. So let's bolden these. And I will add some details. Okay. So I'm trying to go to get food. Okay, so let's see, like, what type of place could it be? What type of place could they go and get food at? We could do something cozy. This could be a cozy moment. Which is kind of the vibe we're getting through anyways here, so... Goes somewhere cozy nearby and sits down. It's dark outside by this point. Point. Right outside by this point. Ooh, I know what place. My joke place, which was called like from the world, from Triblascus. Pepper's seaside shack of love and seafood. Maybe the place they go to is, instead of being called Peppers, though, it'll just be called the Seaside Shack of Love and Seafood. Is the Seaside Shack of Love and seafood. They laugh at the silly romanticism of it. It's by the sea and has a nice ocean atmosphere with waves crashing nearby. Okay. Just I imagine going to a place called Peppers, thinking it must be like Chili's, and it's a seafood place. Yeah, it's from Triblascus. Remember? I mean, you might not remember. It was from forever ago in the private videos, but I've definitely like looked at it in the more recent streams, where it's just like this little tiny shack that's just called Pepper's Seaside Shack of Love and Seafood, and it's funny. It's funny. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Cutscene. No, it's cute scene. Where protagonist is curious about what the eating process looks like. Must always too nervous to show. Okay. You know, honestly, this could probably just be like... Let me see here. This could just be a note under here. Yeah. I think it fits better as that. I think I basically wrote this and then made like sub things for it anyways, even though that wasn't really exactly what I was trying to do. Oh. Okay. Oh. That's right, remembering essay protagonist do, which causes protag to spiral a bit. Yeah. Okay. Itinerary protag asks about Lux's streaming, but it's interrupted by a survey remembering essay protag has to do, which causes protag to spiral a bit, feeling they aren't good enough to get it done. Just like before. And Surmay tries to comfort. Okay. She isn't great at advice, but can be there to try and reassure or calm protag down. Maybe there is a moment where protag gets head pats. It's interesting. I'm realizing Surmay is both kind of the baby and also somewhat the like motherly one at the same time. Cutesy baby and motherly. Hi, Rin. Welcome to the stream. Came for the thumbnail. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we kind of did all that. Surmay and Surmay offers Rotag a place to stay. Her room? Question mark. For the night, where they can work on the essay together. See, I think the thing here is like each of the different pebbles also has a different way of approaching this essay, where kind of Surmay is more about like, oh, it's okay, we'll get it done either way, I'll be here for you for it. Whereas Lux is more like, and it's kind of a stupid essay anyways, and maybe you should like use it to be a little bit more like fighty and like write what you actually feel. And then Vera would be more like, fuck the essay, don't do it. Rin says would have came faster if it was Skya. Yeah, I know, of course, I know of your obsession. I understand. Snacks. Speaking of Skya, also, did you all see that I made a a tier list, a Spidere tier list you can do? Look at this. No. Okay, hang on. I have to fucking disable my ad block. Love this sort of stuff. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I made a tier list so you can like rank the characters. Specifically only the drawn ones so far. And I mean the drawn ones and also the 3 pebbles who are not completely drawn all of them yet. Rin says, I am down abyssally for Skya. In other news, water makes things wet, fire is hot, the sun is bright, and the sky is blue because water reflects off the ocean. These are just the facts of life. J-Hill says, well, it'd have been Sasha and then everyone else. Yeah, J-Hill is a Sasha enjoyer, that's true. Here's Sasha. You put Sasha at top, huh? This is where Sasha would go? So yeah, we have... This is a thing people can do. Maybe I'll, what is happening? Ads. Maybe I'll copy the link and put it here in the chat if anyone wants to do it. And I'll pin it. Okay, and now it's been pinned. So now if people want to do that, they can also do that. Anyways, back to this. If you do it, I can look at your rankings on stream also. Oh. A conversation in which it is realized that the Pebbles house is the place Cassius recommended in the first place. Or maybe, actually, instead of that, I asked about Lux's streaming, but, and why the Pebbles house was recommended by Cassius. Okay, I'm adding that there instead. Okay. Rin, I know you did your tier list. I know Skye was at the top. JL says, you all fight for Skye in the trenches. I sip tea with Sasha. Yeah, I know. Both you and Sasha, you're very both of you and your very conflicting egginess. I do kind of see Sasha as like an egg who is very confused and unsure about things. Okay. Sermon offers home after talk about Protag having nowhere to go and realize that home is a place. Yeah, so we added that. Okay. Okay, so this is also going to be just kind of a regular note. Okay. So we have that note. Get food. Yeah, okay, so this is gonna be like Spirit tag, go get food. Pro tag is offered a place to stay the night, while study plans are made as well. Okay. We're doing a little bit of reverse engineering there. Okay. Oh. And then in the next part, we'll expand on each of these bits a little bit more in Brainstorming 3. Brainstorming 1, Honey Pet. Brainstorming 2, The Reckoning. Brainstorming 3, The Thickening. That's what it is. Okay, so the next part, 5, is... Let's see. Sex scene! Sex! Splex! Sex! I just keep saying it. Sex scene. Sex scene number 1. Okay. Sex! Sex! Okay. I think this scene is gonna be... Yeah, okay. Protag waking up during night. Surmay not there. Has a nightmare about repeating the same sad life here as they did on Earth. Turns into sequence where horny I don't know why I'm so stuck on a name for horny. Binding web, shrouded veil, lullaby plague, writhing embrace. What's a Paizuri?
Pepper, do you not know?
Nope.
Tit fuck.
A tit fuck?
Yeah.
Awesome. What is this? Bryn says Lumfao. Was waiting for you to Google it. Oh, let me see. I don't know. Luckily, I have Jody in the background. Google's it on stream right here. What?
Call me Sex Google. That's me.
That's going in quotes. That's going in quotes. Someone write that in quotes, please. Jody said, "Call me Sex Google." That's me. Someone needs to add that into quotes, please, for Jody. Please, right now. Call me Sex Google. That's me. In the server, in the Discord server. Oh. Rin says, "Call me Sex Google." That's me, Jody. Yeah. It needs to be written in the server. Let's see. Where's quotes? I'm adding it into the server. That's pretty good. Hi, NonX. Welcome back. I don't think it's redeemed back. It's redeemed here, I believe. You missed Jody calling herself Sex Google. Writhing Embrace. Writhing Web. Lullaby Plague. Shrouded Veil. Binding Web. We could do more name brainstorming for a minute, too. Nonex is I. VOD Nonex. Write that down. Jody is Sex Google. We are going back. So, Writhing Embrace has points for the sexiness. Lullaby Plague has points... I'm going to write this down. Points for sexy. Points for beautiful. Whoops. Points for mysterious. Points for theme accurate. I want something that's all of these. That's tough to do, though. I could do just a really long name like Jody does and like, or has in the like actual, it's called Actual Play, right?
Yeah.
Actual Play podcast.
One of the main characters of the season Twilight Mirage has a full name that is, "They mark scars of light with pitch, born in fiercest purpose, and beheld as the signet sealed upon our pact." Goes by Signet for short.
And that's the name.
Yeah.
I could do something pretty intense like that. I could do My Writhing Embrace right sings this sings this lullaby plague behind her. Oh, let's do her writhing embrace sings this lullaby plague behind a shrouded veil of binding webs. What about that, Jody?
What was it again?
It's all the words put together. Her writhing embrace sings this lullaby plague behind a shrouded veil of binding webs.
Yeah, I can see that.
Is that actually good though?
I like it, although it does feel a little bit like,
Forced together?
yeah, like there's a few too many of them and not enough other things that aren't like those like 2-word phrases, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what it makes me think of? Alright,
Yeah?
so let me pull up a thing.
Jody's pulling up a thing.
Spoilers.
Oh, Jody, put that away.
Spoilers for Twilight Mirage. Hang on.
Jody, you can't just take that out on stream.
Okay, so there's a character in Twilight Mirage named Grand Magnificent who ends up becoming one of the people who has those long names, and he still very much wants to keep the name Grand Magnificent inside of it.
Uh-huh.
But what he does is he separates them into like two separate sentences. So his full name becomes Peace returned to the valley, the rivers flowed clear and blue, the mountains resplendent, grand. Oh wait, no, that's not the full name actually. That's not the full name.
I get what you're going
Grand,
for, though.
magnificent light shone on the diligent and the penitent alike.
I see. How about... Her writhing embrace sings this lullaby, a plague behind a shrouded veil of binding webs.
That actually helps it a lot, I think.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Thanks. Her writhing embrace sings this lullaby, a plague behind a shrouded veil of binding webs. That sounds good, right, Snacks? What's the short name, then? What's the short name for that? Jody, what's the short name? If I told you my name was Her Writhing Embrace Sings This Lullaby, a plague behind a shrouded veil of binding webs, what would you call me for short? And don't say Ricky.
I wasn't gonna, but that's funny.
Nox is Christine. We had the same joke.
If this was a Friends at the Table excerpt name, I feel like Lullaby is the one that would become the short name.
Okay. I do like Lullaby as part of it. Okay. I think that's the confirmed name. We finally have it. We could also do it, have it be like HWESTLAPBASVOBW. Whoes loves Rob. Welp. Welp. Here, I could take the interesting letters. W E L P S V B W. Welpsvabl. And then like we could turn this into a interesting word maybe, except for the fact there's only one fucking consonant or like vowel in here. Huh. I'm not Christine. Nonex, not Christine, no. No, bad. Bad. Bad Nonex, bad. Bad girl. Bad girl. Except for the fact that I made the same joke. I might just go with this. Her writhing embrace sings this lullaby, a plague behind a shrouded veil of binding webs. And then yeah, you can choose which one of these you call me for short. Maybe it'll be lullaby. Nox does like that face. What's wrong? Is it because I said bad girl? It's okay, you're a good girl, don't worry. Good girl, Nox, good girl. It's okay. I did like a petting motion with my hand on my mouse. I don't know why. It's just instinctual. So maybe lullaby is the official like short name. Where lullaby fucks and then possesses the protag. No, it says awawawa. We got awawa in chat. It's happened. We got awawa in chat.
Chat, press awawa if.
Type awawa. Type awawa if. Snacks, can you type awawa if? Awawa, like, can you type awawa if? If true? If true, can you type awawa? Type awawa if?
Our A and W keys are broken. Can you test them for us with awawa if?
Yeah, our A and W keys are broken. Can you type awawa? I want to see if yours are still working. And everyone's doing it. Thank you, Snacks. No, not if. Not if. My I and F keys are working. Okay. Protag awakens in the morning, pretty freaked out, and Surmay in the room again. Maybe Surmay gave Protag the bed and she slept on the floor, curled up cat style. I don't know what that is, Nox. I think what you just typed is... I think that's what you just typed. Hang on. Whoops. I want to do something real quick. Cursed Awawa? Cursed Awawa? Cursed Awawa? This is what it looks like when Lullaby speaks. Cursed Awawa? Rin says Wawa. It's not an Awawa, it's a Wawa. And then Rin did it. Awa Wawa Wawa. There you go, Rin. Very cute. Very good. How do you type like that? If you just search up like glitch text or distort. I typed distorted text generator, and then you just click on the first link, and then you type whatever on the left side, and it'll make it glitchy on the right side. Awa water. Who's Lullaby? The demon? Yeah. That's what we're going with. The full name of the creepy or the horny avatar is Her Writhing Embrace Sings This Lullaby, a plague behind a shrouded veil of binding webs. And it's short to lullaby. Or to whatever other word you want to choose in that sentence. Okay. Protag tries to shake it off, gathers papers, and go to school. Go to school while feeling weird. Physically. I'll just say physically for now. Okay. And this is where I'll have maybe some interesting gender stuff. This is definitely gonna be like targeted towards the trans femmes, it feels like. Because specifically I'm thinking like there's stuff where Protag looks in the mirror and looks like Lullaby. Nox says Awa wa I don't know how I'm bad at letters in language. How does those sound? How does that A with that symbol above it sound? And how does that O with that symbol above it sound? Jody's coming over.
Although I'm suddenly
Did
remembering.
you just say I don't know?
I'm suddenly remembering that joke from that Chip and Grant video to Argus with
Targus.
Yeah.
Yeah. End poll. I'm ending the poll. Like J Hill's Our Water. Our Water. That's how you would type that in a different way? Our Water. I see. I'm learning. I'm learning so much. Oh, lullaby. Sometimes Protag's vision gets filled with webs, spiders, barbed wire, thorns, or something. Okay. Feels weird in what other way? Has strange impulses that they normally wouldn't have, but wish they did. Very gender, very gender. Very gender, very gender. So gender, so gender. Yes. Yeah. Times in reflections looks. Protag looks like lullaby. Has pleasant, sexy feeling in tummy. Jail's good gender, good gender. Reminded me of the whammies, no whammies. Whammies, no whammies. I feel like I've heard of that, but I don't know what it is.
From a game show.
It's from a game show. Not says all the gender. All the gender. It's so good. Okay. So. Okay. What else would happen on this second day? The presentation would have to happen. 6. Protag gives presentation. Okay. Okay.
Let me think here. Let me think here. I'm trying to give some thoughts. Kimberly Frog here. I'm here to help with the horny visual novel. Is it sex scene time?
No, that already happened, Kermit.
Aw. I wanted to get in there.
What the fuck, Kermit? That was weird. Okay. What am I doing? I'm writing a visual novel, right? Yeah, huh? Okay. So Prodac gives presentation, and the presentation is going to be more kind of confrontational. So, like, originally, when let me make sure these sizes are good. Okay, when the original assignment was to let's see. The original assignment was to write about why Protag moved to Dead Post, what they love about it, and what was the other part? I can go check. Oh. Change product work since he's apparently doesn't arrive. Write a self-introduction essay about why the Protect moved to Dead Post and what they love about it and its place in the Empire. That's what I wrote before. Love about it and the patriotism they have for it and its place in the Empire. What Protag wrote was extremely honest. Extremely honest. Transported here against their will. They are scared of it. Nox's sudden guest on live and none other than Kermit? Greatest birthday of my life.
Happy birthday, Nox. I'm so proud of you.
Kermit calls trans woman good girl.
Pepper, mute for a second.
I'm muting for a second. No, I think it can be talked about at least vaguely. I recently did some audition stuff for a voice acting thing, and Jody was worried that we couldn't talk about that. She made a joke about it. I don't know if I can go into much detail about the voice acting thing I did an audition for, but I did an audition for a voice acting thing, and Jody's telling me I should have done the Kermit voice for part of it, which I did not. It's kind of like an unpaid, just volunteer project thing, but I did still have to sign like an NDA, so that's why I'm not really gonna say much about it. JL says, "That's really cool, thank you." And Alex says, "Let's go! Hell yeah, hell yeah." It's exciting. I hope I actually, like, get a spot. Last I heard it was that they will get back to me. Which could mean anything. I could check right now, actually. Nope, no updates as of right now. But it was only like a couple days ago, so. Nox says, "I'm rooting for you, Pepper. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you." Okay. Let's see what else is going on here. They don't have any patriotism. Don't know anything about the place since they just moved here.
No, you dummy.
Call me a burpee. Okay, I'll take a sip of Wawa. Thank you for the sweet thing. We always tasty. And I'll also draw a card. There we go. Sippy taken. Okay. And we can also draw a card. Whoa, look, there it is. You can actually see it. How many cards do we have again? I think we have like 37 now, right? $37, yeah. Okay. 37. 6. Card 6. Okay, we're getting card 6. Blam! There it is. Delta. Human weirdo. This one makes no sense really at this point. This is someone who used to show up on my streams a bunch, but like most of those streams are also privatized at this point because pre-transition. Human weirdo, a strange one. Delta is a rare type of person to encounter. He's the type to be full of energy, odd sounds, and the most confusing logic one would never expect. If you are to come across him, expect to beg for your sanity to remain intact, lest he drain you of it. The quote being, Scundle. This was followed by animalistic screams. If you actually want to see anything about this guy, you can see him in a lot of my the Monster Play streams, which take place in a similar location to this, actually, that our visual novel is taking place in. Our visual novel is like almost, you could say, a spin-off of that story. Sneax, were any of you here back when when Delta was still around? Do any of you remember Delta? I think Rin probably does. I think Rin might be the only person who's been around that long. I don't know if anyone else in chat would know who Delta is. Rin says, whoa. I mean, do you remember who Delta is? It might be the only who what? Andre, you maybe? Maybe you too? I'm asking if any of you have been around long enough to remember who Delta is. That he was a person that showed up on my streams. Rin says, Delta? I think I remember. It was mostly on, like, Minecraft streams and, like, various, like, friend streams rather than, like, solo ones, of course. Andre says, I guess I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get a thing. I'll show you who Delta is. And I think there's a clip. Where is it? Should be in here. Huh, maybe this one isn't in here. I thought this clip would have still been in there. Maybe I privatized it? I am not sure. It was pre-transition, so I could have privatized it because of that. It's still kind of funny though. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it because it's funny because it's a funny clip. You get to see who Delta is, and also it is a very eggy clip on like my end.
Is this the clip I would know?
I don't know. Yeah, this one's private, but I'll show it on stream here. Pause my music.
I'm gonna plug into the audio just for this.
Jordy's gonna plug into the audio. So this is pre-transition, and also I don't know if any of you know this, but pre-transition I basically never swore, like ever, at all. I was very like nervous too.
Very baby.
Very baby, very masked. A lot of that stuff. So this clip you get to see pre-transition me, Delta, and like who he is. Funny clip. Very egg behavior. All this stuff. All right. So FaceApp has the ability to give you like it's like a female filter, just like that Snapchat thing from a while ago. Okay, first of all, that was the best laugh you've ever done, ever. That I've ever heard from you. Second of all, why did you laugh?
You said Snapchat.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't mean to.
Oh my gosh. That one.
Wow, you really like that one, huh?
I'm an immature.
This is the most I think I've ever heard you laugh, Delta. You're going nuts right now.
Snapchat.
I didn't mean it. I was flubbing my words. I said them too quick. You good?
Okay.
I miss Delta.
I miss Delta too. Yeah, just that's Delta. This is Delta. So yeah, me pre-transition. Also, eggy behavior, looking at gender bent version of myself on stream. Very eggy behavior. Funny moment. It's good.
It's funny how much cuter than the Snapchat version of you ended up becoming.
What?
Yeah.
You think I'm cuter than this?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I need a tissue. I don't know about that.
I do.
Well, thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Is that your old model? It is. I can still use that one. I actually still do use that one if people ever redeem, I think it's just...
Detransition?
It's detransition or it's redeem Harrison. One of those two. It's redeem Adaret. If you redeem Adaret, you can see it in the description.
Spell that, probably.
Adarett. If you redeem that, then I can actually still go into this avatar. Oh. Let's see what else in chat. Rin says, I remember Delta and I remember the old Harrison days. I remember them too. What a time. JL says, sadly, I don't remember because not been here long enough. Yeah, it's weird when I've been doing YouTube for like 12 years now, since 2013. So yeah, over 12 years now I've been doing YouTube. And so I've had so many different eras. It's so interesting to me that like I have eras of people. Like right now we're in an era that maybe I'll just call it the Arizona era. But there was like baby Harrison era, which was like the start of the channel. And then there was what I call the long black hair era, which is when I came out as gender fluid and had my hair dyed black and it was long. And then I had my denial beard era, which is when I went back into denial and had a beard. And then there was my VTuber Harrison era. And then there was, which is the one we just were looking at a clip from. And then there was the transition era, which is where I started transition, still had that avatar and just stapled boobs on it. And then there's the VTuber Pepper era, which is what we've been in. But I think we're getting into a new era now as we enter, having moved into Arizona. So yeah, there's like just different era. Like each era had a different like audience that like would stay for a while and then end up stop watching after some point, because that's usually how it goes. I usually have people who would watch my streams for like a couple years and then they'll fade out and then new people will fade in. That's kind of how it's always been. I like when people stay a little bit longer, but like I also try not to expect it because then I'll get sad. But like Rin has been here for a while. Mooper, were you there when before I transitioned? Do you know who Delta is? I don't remember how long Mooper's been here.
I don't think Mooper was there for that. I think I remember when you became aware of Mooper.
I don't know if I remember.
I could be I could be thinking of Zach actually.
Zach was there earlier transition, yeah. Zach was there in the previous era when Delta was around, but wasn't there for pre-transition me. Andre says, oh, I remember now. Yeah. Ren says, Harrison was cute, to be honest. Saying this as a straight man, Harrison was a cute fellow. Are you sure you're straight? But I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I have a lot of mixed feelings about who I used to be, because a lot of times I have a lot of frustration with who I used to be. And then sometimes I want to try to have more like positive feelings about who I used to be. It's tough. You're welcome, Michael Sanders from Hit Video Game Grand Theft Auto 5 release 2013 starring Luke. You're welcome, Zachary Flores. Thank you for liking the stream. Zach, we were just talking about you. Mooper says, I agree, you're cuter now than in the picture. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. Check your goddamn sugar. I can't. I don't have the thing in. It's still in the redeems, probably, but, like, I actually can't do that right now because I still don't have a fucking Dexcom, because health insurance in America sucks. Hey, loser. I will take a sip, though. Thank you for the sweets. How many years was 2013? 12 years ago. Ren says, I've been there for damn near all of it. I don't know about that. How long have you been here, Ren? I feel like maybe since like 2021 or 2022, maybe. No, if you were there before transition, then maybe like 2019, because I started transition in 2022. I don't know how long you've been here. Rand says the lore is fucking insane. Yeah, it really is, especially if you've been here long enough to see how different I am now than before. 2020. Okay. that makes sense. Yeah, the main shit you experienced. Yeah, that makes sense. Because, like, before 2018, it wasn't really streaming yet. It was mostly just videos I was doing. It was in 2018 then when it started to turn more into streams. Zach says, you were trash talking me? What were you saying about me? Oh, you fucking suck. Nah, we were just talking about how long certain people have been here. And how you've been here a little bit longer than the average audience member. What else is in chat? Nox says, when you started YouTube, I was still in 5th grade. 2013 doesn't feel that long ago. That's weird. I mean, when I was...
Oh my god. I feel so old. I graduated high school in 2011.
You're fucking elderly. You're aged. Aged Jody. Zachary Flores aged you. Alongside the burgers. Do you miss 2013? Not really. I have like fondness for it, but I don't miss it because I was not transitioned then. I think you will find a lot of trans people are less likely to miss old times because of that sort of thing. I was, untransitioned then and in a not as great home, family environment. So not really. I don't really miss it. But I do have fond feelings for it. Mooper says, Moopy only been here for, I believe, almost 2 years. Okay, that makes sense. Oh. Rin says, whichever one was the funny Harrison days. So, like I said, I transitioned in 2022. So, I was still Harrison and pre-transition up until, like, the end of 2021.
Luckily, Pepper did this in a way that makes it very easy to calculate because she started transitioning on January 1st.
Yep.
So, it's very easy to figure out math.
Like, I came out in October of 2021, but I didn't start my medicine and all that stuff and, like, estrogen until, the New Year's of 2022. Andre says, Will, I remember I watched your YouTube videos since... You've watched my videos since 2013? Is that what you're saying? Zach says, who all those people were, I forget, but you said Jody immediately wanted to ban me because I did a Rick Astley meme. That's funny. Like me, yeah. That does sound like Jody. Rin says, I've been watching YouTube in general since I was way too young to do so. Yeah, probably me too. Rin says, and this was Wild West internet stuff, so I was out here experiencing everything. I remember I got, like, meat spinned when I was, like, 11. It was messed up. Wait, no, I couldn't have been 11. I might have been, like, 13. Still, it messed me up. Honor says, yes, I did. You've been here for this whole time? What do you mean? How is that possible? I don't think anyone's watched me since the beginning. You've been here since the beginning? What did I used to do? Do you remember? Mooper says, meat spinned? Yeah. Yeah. It was an old thing where, like, people would put links in different videos they would upload or just in different places of the internet. And I came across one of these links while watching a YouTube Let's Play video. Where someone had put the link up in the stream, like in the video, and I was like, I wonder what this goes to. And I typed it and searched it up, and it went to a website called Meat Spin, which was a video of 2 penises swinging around while the song, you spin me right round, baby, right round. Well, that song played. And now I can never hear that song without thinking of that. Like, ever. That song is grafted into my brain with that video now. Yeah, Rin says, you spin me... Yeah. Jill says, also, I love that every message I need to type twice because it says internal error. That's weird. I'm sorry. That's weird. I hope that doesn't continue. Okay, we should continue writing some more. Mooper, have you seen my new self? Also, Mooper, have you seen the funny video I uploaded recently? The like, when your girlfriend is better at video games than you video? Because I want an excuse to show it on stream. You have seen the... Shit! Oh... Mooper says Lamau. I'm trying to get someone who hasn't seen it. Zach hasn't seen it! There we go! Jill says, you know what? I think I forget it, Pepper. I get to show it. It's because Zach hasn't seen it. I get to show stuff off. Yay! Okay. So I took audio, like, you know, on TikTok and also like YouTube Shorts, people will take audio from one thing and then make something new with it. So I took audio from a funny video on TikTok and I made this with it. Warning loud, maybe.
Oh my god, again? That's 10 fucking times! Do you have beef with heights or just a personal vendetta against survival? How do you keep losing to gravity? It's not even a mob, it's a concept! Just stop whatever the fuck you're doing because clearly it's too hard for you! What the fuck?
That's it. That's the clip. That's the thing I uploaded and I am proud of. And I think I might make more of these. in ones that like fit the different versions of myself, the different pebbles that are accurate to that whatever it is. Andre says, I already seen that. I'm sorry, I wanted to show it again. J-Hill says, oh wait, let me take that crown back real fast. It didn't work, J-Hill. It didn't work this time. Oh. Yeah, that's it, Zach. Zach says, reminds me of old school MTV Adult Swim animations. Cool. I thought it was good. I like that. I made a little snack. That's what you all look like. You look like that little gray blob. I made it look like the head is like a piece of candy. JL said, just wait. Mooper says, Niami. The time will come and I'll snatch it. I believe in you. Rain says, needs Skya in skimpy ass outfits like this so she can hug me for extended periods of time. Like what? Skimpy outfits like what? Which one? Which outfit are you talking about? She's already in a pretty skimpy outfit. Zach says, I didn't mean that as a negative. I know. No, you're good. You are good. I appreciate it. Honor says, do you miss those good old days? No. Kind of like what I was saying earlier. Not really. I have fondness for my past, but I don't miss it. Because I think for me, I'm definitely in a place where, especially now that I've moved to Arizona and have kind of like my own little space in this room and am able to actually go outside of this room and do things, I'm definitely happier now than I've been in a long time. I've recently been telling people I'm happier now than I have been since like freshman year of high school when I first started like figuring out gender stuff. So that I don't necessarily miss old times because I don't think they were. I don't really miss the good old days because I don't think they were that good of an old day. Hey, loser! Thank you for the sweets. Name me so tasty. I shall give you hug. I shall give you hug. Let's see. Hug. 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 Mwah. Again? Loser. Okay. Hug. 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 Mwah. There you go. There you go. There you go. My friend says, Jesus. You missed 2014 right before 2015. That makes sense. Like, I have fondness of different things from that era, but like I said, I don't really miss it. Like, I don't know. There's stuff I miss, but I don't miss the era as a whole. JL says, I wish I could redo 2015. Yeah, I know that sort of feeling. I often try to tell myself, like, I am who I am currently because of, like, times that where I felt like were wasted or different or didn't go according to how I wanted them to, or regret. I am me in the way that I am currently because of those times. So I try not to regret too much, you know? But I know that's not... That's easier said than done. Stretchy. Okay. Let's see. So Protag gives presentation. The result assignment was to write about why Protag moved to Dead Post, what they loved about it, and the patriotism they have for it and its place in the Empire. What Protag wrote was extremely honest. Transport here against their will. They are scared of it. They don't have any patriotism, don't know anything about the place since they just moved here. Or since they just got here. Honestly, is trying to figure out how to get back out of this place. Even. I like to be myself. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. J-Hill says, spent most of the time pining after a girl who was also dealing with a stalker. It was a messy year. Though I never learned my lesson of careful how much love I give out freely from that, still do and still run into trouble because of it. I'm sorry. It could be also like maybe you just need better people to be able to share that love with. Andre says, are you feeling tired? Not really. I'm pretty good. I'm not tired. I'm a little bit hungry. I'm not tired. I had an early lunch, late breakfast today. I had like French toast at like, I don't know, about maybe 11:30, maybe 11. So I'm actually getting kind of hungry now because that was 6.5 hours ago. For you all, it's like 8:30 almost, isn't it? For a lot of you, at least. Chael says, I share it with broken people who then latch on because I the only person who has shown them this thing they need. That makes sense. I know that's tough and it's hard. And then sometimes they need too much and you need to be careful and like giving too much. Okay, so presentation. Let's see what happens here. Does protagonist get detention for this? This could lead into the starting to learn about the lab thing. Five Nights at Freddy's was made in 2014, right? I think so. Around that time. Oh yeah, I should put the music back on. Again. Let's see. So the teacher is obviously going to be unhappy. So I'll just write that. Teacher is obviously unhappy. JL says, I mean, my self-loathing materializes making it hard to hate anyone, which is both good and bad. I can very much relate to that. I used to be like that a lot. And it did turn into, like, once I started actually kind of loving myself, which came about with transition, is when I is when I started kind of noticing that, like, because, like, I would often try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt back then. And it's kind of with transition I've been, like, and, like, loving myself that I can be like, no, this person is kind of bad. And I can recognize that. I can recognize I am, like, better than this type of person, even, like, bad people. I still feel weird almost saying that, but, like, all of you and me, we are all better than a lot of different types of people. And by those people, I mean, like, by those different types of people, I mean, like, racists, for example. J-Ho says, makes me much more understanding and willing to help someone, even if they lash out and make themselves messy. I refuse to hate them, which is what they're trying to do. I get you. It's tough. I'm sorry. Just try not to push yourself too hard, which I know is not easy. But take care of yourself. Okay, so teacher here is obviously unhappy. What are the consequences of this presentation, I think? I think the consequences could be that the Empire now kind of wants to, kind of has, because the Empire has been trying to figure out this whole not dimensional, but like, non-linear time stuff. And I think now knowing that the protagonist is kind of somewhat involved in that, like this would be kind of showing that they would be involved in that, especially in a place that is very Empire driven and Empire run, for specifically Empire interests. I think they would notice this. So, but like, how it's noticed is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, there's a couple different directions we can go here. Do we want the school, because this teacher is an asshole, but do we want the school to really be like an unsafe feeling place? Bless you, Jody. Bless you, Jody. Do we want the school to be an unsafe feeling place, or do we want to be more so just this specific teacher is like unsafe feeling? Like there is like the school is kind of promoting a lot of this stuff, but there's ways to still make it so our protagonist can feel like safer there. Depends on like how, like what direction we want to go with this in terms of the visual novel being cozy. And like I do want it to be cozy. So making maybe the whole school kind of unsafe might be a bit much. Andre says, once 2025 is over, do we have to say goodbye to 2025? I guess so. And then we'll say, happy 2026, Apple Car. I knew that would make Jody laugh. Nox says, hate is too tiring for me to keep holding on to. I'm mostly indifferent towards people like that. No idea if that's good either. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not bad is the main thing. It's like, it's not really good or bad. Like, I do have hate for people who are bad. Like, I hate the United States, for example, and like all the stuff it stands for. I hate people who are racist. I don't know. I hate people who are transphobic. I hate in that sort of way. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because a lot of people like to really make out like anger is bad and evil and you shouldn't feel anger. You should be quote unquote better than that. But that's very uppity and very much you're not going to get anything done in your life sort of feeling.
That's like the opposite of what uppity means, but yeah, like anger is motivating. Anger is a proper response to a lot of things in life. It's not like you've got to do something with it, but it's not a bad thing to have. In fact, in many situations, it is exactly what you want to have.
Yeah,
So I feel
like it's very villainized to feel anger, especially with like so much media we see is like, oh, the bad guy just got too angry. We're better than that. Oh, the person in this movie got too angry that like that racists are controlling everything here. Like I'm thinking of Black Panther, for example. That one's pretty famous for this. Like Killmonger, he got
And like, sorry, go ahead.
he got too angry that there's racism. You shouldn't be too angry about racism. Like that sort of thing.
And like, anger in and of itself is like, it can signal to other people that you care. Is also another thing. And like, I think about how Che Guevara said, and I feel like such a stereotype being like this communist thinker said, but if you tremble with indignation at every injustice, then you are a comrade of mine. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah, like, yeah.
Jo says being better than that is very allowing stuff to continue. That's my feeling. Nox, how safe is the school on a scale of Tower Shoujo to Class of 09? I don't know much about Class of 09 other than there's like a lot of swearing and like in your face, like shock value offensive stuff. I don't know. I'd have to... I don't know much about Class of 9 besides that. Do you remember anything in high school? Yeah, I remember a lot. Time does fly. Katawa Shoujo, it was like pretty safe. And I'm kind of thinking Katawa Shoujo comfort, because that was something I liked about that one, is it felt comfortable. And I think while there is kind of going to be a form of like fighting Empire, very minuscule form of it, because like a lot of my stories are like each little story in on its own is like kind of fighting the Empire. I remember when I did my monster playthrough, I had a player, Brett, who was upset that it didn't end with them just taking down the entirety of the Empire. Which, sure, there can be stories like that, but my stories are meant to be focused on... Like, it's not going to be just these 4 people that stop an entire empire. It's going to be, like, community-driven, like, revolution and stuff like that. And so that one was about stopping this one town from being kind of messed up, which led into the Empire being more hard in that area, in that town and around that town, including like Pepton, which is where this takes place, because they make the town Dead Post right next to it, specifically because Pepton is where like a lot of the revolution was focused, or like revolution, like people were being and staying. So this one's gonna be more about kind of like noticing that fight back. Like it's gonna be like Monster Play was the kind of like the rebels, I guess I'll just say, making a move. This one is kind of like the Empire making a move against that move, and the protagonists or the rebels noticing, while it also being a sexy dating sim. Uber says, "Moopy, go lurk now. See you later. Bye." Okay, bye. Nox says, "See ya, Moopy." For some reason, I thought you said "see you Monday," and I was like, "Huh?" That's very specific. Yes, I remember a short person trying to stab me on the track and me kicking him. That's one of the big things I remember from high school. Neat. I'm sorry. That sounds like it probably sucked. Whooper says, "Well, I guess you will actually see me Monday." Maybe. I don't know if I usually stream Monday, or I know I don't usually stream Mondays. I don't know if I will be streaming this Monday. But either way, I'll see you. I'll see you. Okay, so...
Speaking of streaming in the future, I might be streaming more Half-Life tomorrow, just so people know.
And remember, it's might.
Might, yes.
Jody might be streaming more Half-Life tomorrow. Okay, so... Dead Post, what they loved about it, and the pictures they have for it, and its place in the Empire. Flag wrote was extremely honest, transparent. Yeah. So like the whole move that the Empire made against this area is setting up this town that is supposed to be very patriotic and basically. Okay, so like, I mean, just imagine it. I'll try to explain it more in a different way, I guess. So there's this one town, which is more so just a village that only has like a few people there. It's the town of Pepton. Like, this is the story bit here. And some of the people in Pepton came across some adventurers who were able to kind of make the public aware.
Make sure you bring more maca next time.
Seeing a birb, they were able to make the public aware that this neighboring town, which is called Metamog, was run by a couple of people who were doing some very, I guess, fascisty stuff. And make people aware of that and how that was connected to the Empire as a general systematic thing. And the Empire's response to that being made public and all that was to set up this town next to Pepton, where these people were, which includes the Pebbles, and make this town be extra patriotic. That it was like, basically, Empire flags, or flags of the Empire, and this school for, like, this college that tries to, like, push patriotism alongside its normal teaching and stuff like that.
And is Dead Post the only example of this, or have they done this elsewhere?
They've probably done this elsewhere. It's just this is the one that we're focusing on for this.
Gotcha.
I haven't really thought about how much often they do it elsewhere or them doing it elsewhere in general. I've just thought about like this is what is happening here. But they probably have done it elsewhere for sure. And so this is to try to kind of like propagandize and also just be very obvious assholes to the Pebbles, specifically because they also start trying to theme themselves after spiders in kind of like basically a cultural appropriation sort of thing. And being like, look how patriotic we can be with spiders, and basically trying to like reflect the real life stuff of like America being like, look how patriotic of America we can be with the gay, with gay symbolism and stuff like that.
You've heard of homo nationalism? Get ready for arachno nationalism.
Yeah, we're getting into arachno nationalism. Maybe, would it be too weird for that to be a word that's used in this?
I mean, I think it should be like homo nationalism, where it's mainly a word used by the critics of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay. So yeah, JS has got, I hate governments. Wow, the fucking government. So that is kind of the plot here politically. Then there's gonna be the overlying plot of like going to this school. The school kind of sucks, but maybe it becomes more cozy because like the whole thing is kind of Metamog has been exposed, and I was planning to do more seasons of that, but like all those people are basically gone. So the plan that was gonna happen with that is that Metamog over time would get its own little revolution and become kind of this outlying state. And but we didn't get as far as that of it being its outlying state. It's only more that it's just been exposed. Either way, the Empire's plan would have been to start putting pressure on this area, which is what's happening here. And it'll slowly, hopefully, build to more and more big things happening until maybe someday, after a lot of different stories, the Empire has broken. After a bunch of different stories and a bunch of different characters. Have you been to university? I went to college for a semester, which I'm also basing some of this experience off of, in the fact that I kind of hated it and I didn't like the assignments and a lot of stuff. Okay, teacher's obviously unhappy. So what I'm thinking here is maybe teacher basically shuns protag in front of everyone. Kind of as a power play. A work of manipulation. A power play against protag. Work of manipulation against the students. Watching the whole thing go down. Yeah, just both of those things. And okay, so and a work of manipulation. So I'll just write officer is obviously unhappy. Officer shuns protect in front of everyone. Okay. Officer gives protag detention. Vera yells out against this. And also gets detention. And Vera had also been given homework, so we're gonna say like also didn't do it. Or just didn't do it, not also. Officer correctly assumes Vera did not write essay either. Andre says, well, I did been to university, but I had to drop out. Yep, same here. Same here. Is it, Joshua Andre, is it Andre or is it like Andres? Like, is that, how do you pronounce that? Is it Andre? I just want to make sure I've been pronouncing it correctly.
Also, would you prefer Joshua?
Yeah. Or do you prefer Joshua or anything like that? Please let me know. I've been just kind of going with it. Did not write the essay either. Okay. Okay. You can call me whatever you want. Well, how do you pronounce it? I do want to know how to actually pronounce it. How do you pronounce Andres? Apparently, the name means manly or brave. Whoa.
Oh, that makes sense. It's the same root word as like androgen, for example. Andros, like android, for example. I hadn't thought about it.
Andres? Is that it? You just call me Andre? Okay. Is it just because that's what you're used to at this point? I was trying to search it up just now. I will not make a big deal of it. I will just call you Andre. If that is what you wish. Okay. So... Officer correctly assumes Vera did not write essay either. Let's see. I'm wondering at what point we also want to start trying to put any of this into RenP. I should start searching up RenP also. RenP. Visual novel engine. just download it online. Okay. Okay. That's easy enough. Okay. So, let's see. In detention, Vera tells Protag about... Or, in detention, Protag is surprised about Vera standing up for them, but Vera says it was more for the principle. Yeah. That's the right spelling for principal in this situation, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Rin says in detention Vera smothers Protag. Yes, that too. And insults Protag. Smothering is a good idea. I wasn't thinking about it here, but it is a good idea. I was gonna write, like, Vera brings up phone tracking to find Protag's phone and get it back, revealing that she also planned to get here in detention to be able to do that meeting with Protag. I'm trying to think about what would lead to smothering. What would lead to a lewd situation here? Oh, wait, we could include the stuff about the whole, like, being kind of like going... Yeah, okay. We can include elements of the whole thing about being partially possessed by Lullaby. Cabadon. Yeah. Yeah, we could do a Cabadon. Okay. Cabadon. There's that one, like, Ina video. Ina from Hololive. There's that one Ina Cabadon, like, animation, which is, like, I remember how I learned about the word.
Where's Cabadon?
It's like when you put your arm next to someone and, like, lean them against the wall.
I see.
And, like, in a flirtatious way.
I didn't know there was a specific word for that.
Yeah, it was referenced earlier today at breakfast as well.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed it.
Okay, I'm gonna play this. A little animation here that was my first experience with the word.
Kabitin. Oya oya. Such a cute takorachi made its way over here.
This is where I found out about that word, was from this animation, which is by, I'm trying to get it to show up on screen, this person. Haru Timu. Yeah.
Kabitin. Oya oya. Such a cute takorachi made its way over here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Cabadon. JL says, I forget not everyone knows what that is. Yeah, I only learned about it with that video, like I said, which was a few years ago. But, yeah. Okay. Oh. Cabadon happens at some point.
You dummy.
Draw a card. Okay, through the face. Name always so tasty. I shall draw a card. Let's see. 34. We're getting card 34 this time. Okay. Does anyone remember what card 34 is? Anyone remember what card 34 is? Oh my gosh, we got this one recently. Bam! There it is. All official Zach. Ghost Wandering Detective. Avatar by Zach. Photoshop by me. A mysterious ghostly detective, Zach wanders the land in search of the monster crime lords Spidere, Spito, and Miss Starlight. Although fighting for justice, he is drawn to chaos himself, often going after others for slighting him, and then immediately denying it afterwards. In the end, however, it is all in good fun, as Zach is a very kind, albeit mischievous soul. Some people are into that, is the quote. There we go. Okay. Countdown happens at some point. I'm thinking Vera also just gets so annoyed that, like, remember the animation I just showed? Like, the one of Vera on the couch and getting angry. Like, I like the idea of Vera just getting so angry that it turns into, like, lewd. The next card we can make is one for Mr. Zaccaroni. Oh, like the character? Yeah, that could be good. Have you live streamed on Twitch before? Only once. Only once. Many years ago. Okay. Okay, yeah, I have some ideas here. Alright. So, I do want more stuff, like, in between this class and other stuff that happened in the day. What did happen before? Let's go all the way back up here. So we had this whole thing. First class was sex ed. And that's where, and Surmay had that same class with protagonist. Second class is Economics, where Lux was there. So we could have a thing happen with one of those, maybe. Oh. Got it. Alright, so we can use more of the lullaby possessing stuff to do some things here. So let's add a new number 6 right here. And we'll be doing, like, sex ed with Surmay. Okay, which is the scariest... The scariest person to do this with, because specifically Surmay is terrified of this. Scariest as in Surmay finds it the scariest. Okay. Second side of Surmay. Yeah. Okay. So I could turn this into 7. In sex ed, different types of sex and species lewds is talked about. Protag feels funny due to lullaby. Okay, I have some ideas here. I'm gonna write them in a quick notes here. Okay. I'm gonna write them in quick notes. Yeah. Sex ed with Surmay, where... I guess I could even just write them in quick... This whole thing is supposed to be the quick notes, right? Yeah. Let me see up here. Yeah, okay. I can make things much quicker here. Alright. So Surmay, do lullaby. I'm making things a little bit too like extended and drawn out, like in this, when it's not supposed to be like that yet. It's supposed to be still more like shrunken down. So protag does some upfront flirts and approaches at Surmay, who gets super nervous and red and embarrassed. Yeah. Maybe this is after she offers help with or offers not help, assurance. Reassurance with essay. Okay. Okay. And then it's economics. Economics with Lux. Okay. So is your horny self like Bloody Mary in this world? No, but definitely like I've almost thought of it, and this kind of feels accurate to real life with my different selves, honestly, where Lullaby is kind of more almost like a pet in a weird way, and I don't know, maybe that'll change because like as I explore Lullaby like IRL, because like the way I've been exploring my different selves is I use Plural, it's called Poorkid, I think, on Discord, which is like a bot that allows you to send messages under different like accounts, like temporary accounts, bot accounts really, and I use them to like write notes or journal as these different selves, and then sometimes try to talk through as these different selves. The XP isn't working for you? Weird. I'm sorry. I don't know why. But yeah, like I'm still in the, and that's how I kind of like learn about these different selves and how I've like try to connect more. And I have yet to do that with Lullaby, or at least I'm in the process of starting to do that with Lullaby. So it's still figuring that stuff out. But like where I am with Lullaby at the moment is more like I'm kind of like where I was with my other selves, like especially Vera a long time ago, like a year ago, where I was too nervous to show Vera or be Vera or express Vera, and explore Vera even. And so it's kind of the same here, where part of me is embarrassed, and due to that I kind of hold it back, so it almost feels like yeah, it's like a weird gremlin pet that we're holding back in a horny way. Yeah, I don't know what's happened with the point system. I'm sorry about that, Snacks. The weird YouTube stuff. I don't think that's anything I can control, though. Not this time. That is just YouTube itself. Okay, so economics with Lux. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking to myself, YouTube broken? I don't know. Maybe. Seems like it's having some issues. Also, hi, Non-Bean. My dog don't bite shows Lullaby on a leash barking. Lullaby doesn't bark. None of me is a dog. None of me is a dog. But it is kind of that energy, yes. There's your crown. Good job, J Hill. Okay, class talks about how digestion works with different species particularly spiders and the elusive Spidere, because I think there's going to be definitely some stuff where they call like a species of person like elusive, which is a weird thing to do, which is what they're going to kind of do here. Lux flirts with protag, offering to show off eating stuff. So I want to go check a thing here. What did we write about it up here? Oh. Okay, yeah. Asking for dates again. Oh, causing protag to be forward again, and Lux being super into it, and eyes glowing and make out mode. I don't know. Maybe something like that will happen. Protag deals with thoughts and feelings about all this. Okay. There you go. This is more simple like it was before, which is kind of what I was trying to go for. Where I'm not going into too much detail to expand on it, just kind of like writing like what I want to have happen in this situation. Okay. Didn't really do that with this though. Oh. Go down and sends protag to detention. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I have some ideas. Protag does yet another ferocious flirt. That's kind of the style of Lullaby. Yeah, another ferocious flirt. Causing Vera to stop and Cabedon protag insulting them and getting angry. See, it's weird because Vera is both to me like angry and kind of calm, but then sometimes kind of like loses her shit and gets like the video with the like the short animation I showed. Causing a back and forth. Causing a back and forth. Okay. This ends with Vera mentioning phone tracking. Mentioning phone tracking to find Protag's phone and get it back, revealing that she was also planning to get here in detention to be able to do that meeting with Protag to talk about all this. Okay. I think that's some stuff, and maybe we can like do more with this, expand upon all this stuff next time. Yeah. I think these are things we can all expand upon in the next stream with it. Sex ed. So first we got sex scene number 1 with Lullaby. Sex ed with Surmay. Economics with Lux. Protag gives presentation. Yeah. Light tail stuff happens? Maybe? What's happening in chat? Oh, Lisa, so how you been? I've been pretty good. No, except for all the stuff that happened earlier this week, but I kind of already explained all that. Nox says, no, the queen has fallen. Andre says, well, I almost thinking about going back to university. I decided to drop out anyway. It's tough. University is tough. It is. You mean like you're thinking about going back, or you did go back and dropped out? Nox says, now there's an entire hill between me and the crown. Nice progress. You mean an entire J hill? Hey.
I don't get it.
Fuck you, Jody.
What's wrong?
Fuck you, Jody.
What's wrong?
Fuck you,
I
Jody.
don't understand.
Fuck you, Jody.
I know
Fuck
when
you,
I'm
Jody.
I know when I'm not wanted.
Aw, no. No! Jody's doing references that make me feel bad. That make me look like the, make me look like the bitch here.
You are the bitch here.
I kinda am the bitch here. JL says, aw, poor Jody. Okay, yeah, I think we'll expand on this next time. So we'll end this stream here, I guess. I will have my chance. I've been having to go to the bathroom and lay eggs since the beginning of this stream, so we gotta figure out also an egg laying thing to happen in this visual novel.
Neko Para, except she's laying eggs.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll end the stream here, and next time we'll elaborate more on this stuff. And I've been having to lay eggs since the beginning of the stream, and also I'm really hungry, so I need food. Probably gonna have some leftovers. So I'll see you all in another one, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know if there's gonna be a stream tomorrow. There's a chance Jody will do more Half-Life. Who knows? I don't know. Jody doesn't know. We'll see. And then next week, hopefully I'll be able to get a schedule out, and hopefully I continue to feel better. Otherwise, I'll let everyone know. I'm happy to do more of this. I like the idea that maybe also we'll do some more, like, kinda, I don't know, laid back streams, kinda like this, or where I learn things, or just work on things. I kinda like that. Are you still feeling sick? A little bit. Not as bad, but a little bit. And I'm hoping that it continues to go in the good direction rather than going back down to the bad direction, because it's been so all over the place. JL says, I end the stream back on the throne again. Removes your throne myself. I don't know how to do that, actually. But yeah, so hopefully we'll have a schedule out for this next week. If not, I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated on how I'm feeling. Greatest comeback ever in history. You mean me coming back from sick, or Jay Hill getting the crown back? If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a member. If you do, you get special benefits like emotes, badges, shoutouts, and the ability to join me in a stream. Let me see my stuff. Which, Nonex, you still have that option, by the way. I just want you to know. I'm kind of waiting on you to let me know when if you want to do it. Thank you to my tier 1 treats, Pirate the Queen of Orange, and Stowaway, and my tier 3, because no tier 2s right now, but my tier 3, Full Tummies, Nonex, and Movie Star. Thank you so much for the support. It means the world to me. Otherwise, you can also donate to me eating the world's hottest chocolate, which you can see down there. It's dangerous, scary.
Wait, we have tier 1s and tier 3s, but no tier 2s? I thought it was we had two tier 2s and 3s, but no 1s.
Nope. Oh yeah, no, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
No tier 1s. Okay, my bad. Thinking about my tier 2 treats, I have no grubs. I have no tier 1 grubs. I have tier 2 treats, Stowaway and Pirate the Queen of Orange, and my tier 3 Full Tummies, Nonex, and Movie Star. Thank you for the correction, Jody.
You're welcome.
So, yeah. I'm actually really excited to work on this more. I just keep getting so invested in this, and I want to do more. But I also have to pace myself because I'm still feeling kind of funky. Which is frustrating. Gosh dang body. You ever wish you could just do much more in a day than you can? Yeah, that. So you can donate to that if you'd like through Super Chats or Streamlabs donations, and maybe I'll eat the world's hottest chocolate if we happen to reach that goal. If we do reach the goal, then it's happening. Otherwise, Blue Sky and Discord server in the description below. Maybe we can... Snacks, we should talk more about these ideas sometimes in Discord too. Because I just want to do this shit.
I want to do this fucking shit.
You might sleep before that. You might sleep before that. Ooh. Nox is waiting for a time when I'm not tired and don't disturb anyone. That makes sense. That makes sense. You take your time. I'm not actually saying you have to rush or anything. I just wanted to make sure it was still known. JL says, I wish I could draw. You can draw. I believe in you. You can do it. JL says, Thor. You can do it. Maybe we should do a drawing session in the Discord sometime. That'd be cool. We all just get together and do some drawing together. That could be fun. Share some screens, do some stuff. Okay, in any case. Nox is Vor, good stuff. Hell yeah, I love you guys. You're great. Alright, bye. I gotta go. I gotta lay eggs. And see you in another one. Oh, I love you all. I'm so happy right now. You all make me so happy. Streaming makes me so happy. JL says, my hands are too shaky to draw proper, so I just do edits and clothes. Have you tried things like with Photoshop and all that? There's also brushes that can like steady, like I use stabilization in my drawings, so it stabilizes my my lines, because I also have somewhat shaky hands, especially with diabetes. Andre says, okay, good night, muchachos. Good noodles. See you all laters. But yeah, J Hill, let me know. And also, we can talk more in Discord. Continue these conversations and all that. Okay, bye 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 goodbye 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 bye goodbye bye goodbye bye. Mwah.